Welcome to Beasley Finds Local Edition. In today's video, we will be checking out a secret waterfall in the Hudson Valley of New York. I grew up in this area, so I'm happy to be sharing this with y'all on Beasley Finds. If you are from out of town, I hope you get a chance to visit. Try to come in mid-June when the mountain laurel is in bloom. It's only 2 hours from New York City, and well worth the trip. I'm not going to say the name of this location until later in the video, but you can see it here on the maps. The reason I'm not saying the name right now is not because the waterfall is really that top secret, but because the first version of this video I uploaded had the name in the title and description, and YouTube got all confused about the topic of the video. I will leave a link to that video at the end of this one. It's a bit longer and has more background information, but either video will get you here and show you the highlights. Anyhow, there is a valley on either side of the ridge, and most likely you will be coming from the east, so this will be the Walkhill Valley that you see here. The ridge is called the Schwannegank Ridge, and you are entering the Minnewaska State Park Preserve. The ridge is a popular rock climbing destination, and the park has tons of other things to see besides these waterfalls, but these are my personal favorite. It's an easy 1 mile hike to see these waterfalls, and they look great year-round. There is an upper section above the waterfalls that requires hiking up a steep switchback, but that's the toughest spot you will have to deal with. The waterfall is a popular spot in the winter too, as it turns into an enormous icicle. Try to resist the temptation to climb it. The upper waterfall is why I think this is one of the best in the Mid-Hudson Valley. In my last video, I said the lower Hudson Valley. My apologies to the geography professors. To get up here, you need to get to the intersection of Route 4455 and Minnewaska Trail Rd, which will take you to the road that this waterfall is on. The coordinates and address of the intersection are in the description of the video. I provided the name of those roads here for your convenience, but just use your phone's GPS and put the name Stony Kill Falls in the search bar and you can't go wrong. That's the name of the waterfall. There, I finally said it. Please don't get all confused this time, YouTube. If you watch the other video at the end of this one, it explains in detail how the road that leads to the waterfall got its name. But I'll just say it has to do with the fact that part of the New York City Aqueduct Tunnel is deep beneath the ridge here at this location. One of the signs at the trailhead reminds us not to climb the ice here, in case you were still thinking of trying to scale a giant icicle. Actually, the signs at the trailhead are pretty useful and give us some ideas about what to do and not to do. I recommend hiking with a buddy and always letting someone know where you're going and when you plan to return. Not that I would call this trail dangerous. In fact, it was greatly improved in 2016 and 17. I can't remember exactly when I started coming up here, but I think my brother found the place first and I started checking it out when I came home on leave from the military. After finishing my tour of duty in 2007, I came up here at least once every summer, and I still do. Me and my buddies are guilty of scrambling up the side of the lower falls to reach the upper falls before the improvements. But there's a beautiful stone-lined switchback trail that provides access to the upper falls now. Although these falls aren't a local secret anymore, the area is still quiet and peaceful on weekdays. I recommend that you use proper footwear when hiking up here. A buddy of mine split his big toenail because he was wearing sandals. I told him it was an easy hike, but I never said wear sandals, so I'm just putting it out there. After getting to the top, pay attention and follow the trail markers on the trees. Try to stay to the right if the trail seems to wander. If you have kids along for the hike, now might be a good time to have a safety talk with them before experiencing the upper falls. This area is right next to the edge of the cliff that you just climbed up. The water flow at Stony Kill is extremely variable and dependent on precipitation. The flow can be a little fast after heavy rains, so you might want to wait a day or two after a big rain event for things to calm down. But don't be afraid to go down to the falls. I definitely think you should wade in on a hot day and let some water fall over you. Pun intended. Now, if you aren't sure about walking the stream channel to the edge of the cliff, or you get freaked out by heights like my wife, then just stay back by the little falls or take a walk to the area above the waterfall, which is where we go next. It's really peaceful here, and if you're limited on time, you can just spend the rest of it here, taking pictures or whatever you like. The next section of the video is a scenic walk up above the falls where there are wading pools, hanging gardens, and other things to see. I recommend taking the stream channel. It's a really nice way to experience this little hike. You could actually walk the stream bed for a mile or more before it gets a bit too thick with shrubs and trees to make for a pleasant hike. A guy once told me he hiked all the way back to a little lake where the stream begins. Let me know in the comments section if any listeners have done this. I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you are getting some value from this video, please hit the like button below to support the channel. YouTube won't share my content unless it gets some likes. Thanks. So hopefully you've decided to stick around for the last section of this video, and hopefully it motivates you to explore a little further when you get here in person. Some water shoes are your best bet for walking the stream channel. Something with a little bit of traction would be helpful too. The glacial activity and erosion of the last ice age carved out some nice little pockets and pools where you can swim. If you come up here in mid-June, you will also get a chance to see the beautiful mountain laurel in bloom. The flowers are pink and white blossoms that look really attractive against the deep green leaves. One of the first pools you will run into is called the Nudist Pool. There are several such pools in the Minnewaska State Park Preserve. I think there are a lot of hippies in the area that just want to be free, man. If you are keeping track of the time, it might be a good idea to start thinking about heading back. But make sure to soak in the views on the way. I love the little hanging gardens on the rock ledges with water dripping off the sides. Every time I come up here it feels a little different. Partly due to the amount of precipitation, and depending on the time of the year, the sunlight illuminates the water, rocks, and trees to make for a unique experience each day. I hope this video helps you figure out how to get up here and have your own experience. Let me know how it goes. Please check out the previous version of this video if you want a little more background about this awesome waterfall location in the beautiful Hudson Valley of New York. Hope to see you here one day. Also, check out our travel playlist for other places we've been, and stay tuned for more updates. Take care, everyone.